Hey everyone, did you know that TPK is now available as an audio-only podcast on all of your favourite streaming services? Check us out on iTunes, Spotify, and more every week. Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 19. I got it right? 19?
Yeah,
19. Episode 19 of TPK. Thank you for watching with us. As always, we have Mummy Brick now at the table.
Mummy.
Not Jack. It's kind of like a nun, actually.
A little bit like a nun.
I could see Brick being a nun.
You could be a great nun.
It would be.
Wow.
Oh.
Blessed.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, this is
Yeah,
like,
we tried.
Brick's commitment to Jack as a character, I think you should all look at and take note of if you guys don't come cosplay next week, and I expect full fursuit for you.
No.
I will be very
Come on.
I'll be very disappointed. All right. So we're going to do a quick recap of the last session before we leap into the next episode. So you guys left Rick and Bros, the two incompetent bandits that tried to ambush you behind, and you still had the unnamed Velociraptor with you. You encountered a small dingo named Toroli, who you, through Madame Zustra's magic, you were able to identify was a creature or person or something trapped by its collar, her collar, in the form of a dingo, which is a small dog, and is intelligent and able to communicate.
Are dingoes small? I thought dingoes were like...
Mid-sized.
Yeah.
Mid-sized. Not Great Dane size or like warg-sized or anything, just like mid-sized, I think, dogs. So you... Now you
Oh fuck, I killed it, I destroyed it.
Yeah, you totally destroyed it.
So we found the dingo,
Found a doggy-
medium-sized
doggy
dingo.
girl.
Went to the Copper Hill.
Yeah, you went to the Copper Hill, and you were able to communicate with Toroli through the Ouija board style thing that Jack was able to set up with it. And it informed you of its name, all that kind of stuff. Led you to the Copper Hill, which was at one point a small mountain / hill made out of red rock and dirt, right on the bank of a river, flowing through Softguard, that is now collapsed in on itself after what you can presume the shard of the sky crashed into when it landed, because this is the location that Jack, you were able to use the stars to track to where this is, and Toroli led you here. At the base of the mound, there was a small group of goblins. I think there was about a dozen goblins, a squad of them, all working tirelessly to dig out at this copper mound, this red mound. And they were being led by a hobgoblin that you didn't get a good look at, but it was a figure that was about, I think they're 6'3". I think it's sort of like hobgoblins are quite large, big hairy figure. But you didn't get any more detail than that. And the goblins were being worked to the bone. You snuck into the tent of presumably the hobgoblin, the leader's tent. You rummaged around. Jack, you found this barrel of weird water, and that was repelled by your presence. And at the bottom of that, you were able to find a small piece of parchment that was sealed with a black stamp, black melted wax stamp that you have not yet opened. You had a look at the table, didn't you?
Yeah, I just stuffed a whole bunch of papers
Yeah,
in my
you
shirt.
stuffed a whole bunch of papers down your shirt because you can speak Goblin, but you can't read it well enough to quickly fully interpret everything. So, and then you guys fled from the hobgoblin's tent, and were on your way back to join up with the rest of your comrades, setting fire to the hobgoblin's tent.
Ta-da!
Distractions.
And it was
I didn't know you were there in the first place. Shut up.
All right, cool. Everyone on the same page. No questions before we begin?
Negatory.
Retcon the fire.
No, you cannot retcon the fire.
It's a good idea at the time.
Who went in the tent? You?
Yeah, it was
Just
Jack
us two.
and Jago.
Just a stealth mission.
Not Jack and Jack.
JJ.
Yeah, the only resources that we used, I think you used 2 bardic inspirations on...
to make sure we got that stealth rules.
Yeah, to make sure you got through. Smart use of them. But yeah, so you guys meet back up probably a mile or so back from the goblins' hideouts, just underneath the ridge line, well out of view of the goblins. And you see that the rest of the party, Toroli and the small Velociraptor included, they're waiting for you.
Hello. Is there any smoke?
Smoke. There'll be a bit of smoke because it was a fairly large tent that burns and produces smoke as well as all the papers and stuff that was still in there. And you can see that there is a bit of a fuss and commotion going on as the goblins are abandoning their posts, running down, and the hobgoblin is running down, barking orders. You can't make
probably leave.
Oh, they're having a bonfire.
Yes. Very urgent bonfire. They're very excited. They're looking around for friendly party people to join the bonfire.
We could go.
We don't want to join.
We could just go down and say hello. If they're looking for friendly.
No. Jack, help me out here.
We went to the camp and we found nefarious deeds. There was water that was repelled by my presence, and we found this little piece of parchment, a black stamp.
So I'm sorry, you went there and you found some water that didn't like you, and some paper.
We haven't analyzed paper, but we kind of felt.
Further investigation is required.
Yeah. Why else would these people be here if it wasn't for some nefarious
Well,
purposes?
probably they wanted to get the bit of the sky that fell out of it. I would guess if I was to be a betting man, which I am not.
We can find out from these details, though, if these people were good or bad. However, it was mission accomplished.
All right, roll out. Mission accomplished. Done, boys.
I think it was about midday as well.
I think
by the
so,
time, about that.
Oh,
I do think we should look a
Well,
bit
let's
further
do
into
this.
what we found, but
let's just crack open those papers and have a look.
maybe not here. Let's go for a bit
Yeah,
further
we should
away.
probably get out.
But it's not like they're going to smell the paper.
We didn't really cover our tracks too well, though, so they could track us at any point.
Are we still within line of sight of them as well?
Yeah, so if you guys are hiding behind a ridge line, but you're only about a mile out. So you're about a mile out. So if you guys want to move back a bit,
We're a
They-
mile
they didn't
away.
have
A
any-
mile's pretty far.
Yeah, that's very
They didn't have any wargs with them, right?
not that you saw. No.
Okay, so they probably don't have any mate tracking dogs.
But the guards are already out
How
looking.
big is the Copper Mound as well, just for purposes?
Fairly large. I'm gonna not Uluru size, probably about half Uluru.
Okay,
Okay.
half Uluru.
So it's still quite a large mound.
That's friggin' enormous.
It's like, is it? Maybe is it? Yeah.
Oh, Uluru is huge.
Yeah.
Uluru's like twice the
Alright,
size of
maybe
the stadium.
maybe a quarter, maybe a quarter Uluru then.
So quarter.
Probably I'm
stadium.
gonna say 500 meters to 500 meters,
Oh, yeah.
like in a direction.
Okay.
I prefer using Uluru as a measure.
Like Jack and Brown are probably each about, I don't know, 1/250th of an Uluru.
How many?
See, that makes sense.
It's like 25 blue whales stacked on top of each other.
How are you gonna get them there?
Are you guys?
DM, sir. What's in the books and papers we found?
So wait, are you guys going to back away anymore, or are you going
Let's go
to
over the ridge.
Let's back away, cover our tracks, and then read this goblin paper.
Yeah, okay. We'll get out of line of sight and try and hide our tracks.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys,
these goblins.
I'll get you all to do a stealth check then as well.
Yeah,
Cool. Who's bad at stealth?
Not me.
Me.
I'm gonna give you
Me.
some words of encouragement and give you a bardic inspiration.
I rolled an
Thank you.
11.
You rolled an 11.
What's your inspiration?
I rolled a 1.
So my bardic inspirations are 1d6. Yeah.
That's my stuff.
Okay, that's free used. Cool.
Right, so Jago's, yours was what, 11
11.
for you.
6.
6 for Brown. Jack.
Just a second. Cool. That's
Join the club.
that's 1 plus
Oh dear.
8, so 9.
9 and Ayata.
14.
So Ayata, the big lovely dinosaur, got the highest stealth in this group.
I have -1 to stealth.
So you guys, great stealth check.
Stomp.
Would actually roll you.
I'd also like to do a survival.
To
Oh,
hide your
can I do that
tracks.
at the same time as the
Yeah,
stealth?
I'll allow you to do survival to
the
hide
sort
your
of,
tracks
like-
and stuff as well.
Yeah.
We're still pretty stealthy going in and out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to try and hide our tracks as we're going along.
Ooh.
Plus survival is wisdom. So 19 plus 6 is 25.
25, cool. So you quickly hide your track. You can't go back and hide the tracks that Jacob
Yeah,
and
but just, I guess,
Jack
from-
left. But from now on,
Yeah.
your Ayata is going to be maybe using prestidigitation or drawcraft and
Yeah.
some stuff to like shuffle everything around, get rid of your tracks.
Tracks.
I just imagine your neck is like you kind of head back and you're just sweeping it across the tracks.
Yes.
That's a fantastic. Everything about your character is just a fantastic image.
I'm doing that. Wait, how long's my tail?
How long is your tail? We
I never thought about it.
I have a tail!
You do have a tail.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, tail buddy.
This is like a small.
I always forget that.
I would have thought plesiosaurs do have, I think, quite a large tail.
Yeah, I
so
think
so.
like
One.
probably about
Oh, yeah.
Average length.
meter, 70
Yeah.
centimeters or so, maybe. Like I'd say, or even longer.
Probably
if you want.
longer than that.
Longer than that. Okay, yeah, cool. Like a full-on tail.
Yeah, I like
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sweep the ground with my tail.
Awesome. Well, you guys, Ayada is doing a fantastic job at covering your tracks. But as you guys get probably about 100, 200 meters before you get to a rise on the ground. Just coming sort of up a ridge. You guys try and hide yourselves, but unfortunately, with the angle that the camp is on, you misjudge a little bit the angle that the goblins can see you, and you hear a war horn being sounded, a warning war horn, as they have spotted you trying to make your escape.
Oh no. Run?
I mean, we're. Did you say we're 2 miles away?
You're a mile and 100 and 200 meters now, so 200 feet. Sorry.
Can we use the same?
Presumably we can lose them. That's like.
Yeah, no, you've got
feet.
you've
Oh,
got.
that's way more than that, man. It's like
No,
8,000. It's 6,000 and something, I think, for a mile.
No, I thought it was only 1,000.
No, that's
No, dude,
oh,
no.
maybe.
It's like
Oh,
5,000,
no,
6,000 or
Let's
something.
just stick to
sorry,
one
some dumb
measurement
number.
form.
Look, I'll still say you guys are a mile
like 3
away, even though I
kilometers.
messed up the measurements
Yeah.
there, I think. God damn.
Americans, man.
Yeah, goddamn imperial system.
America.
I just need to start referring to everything in meters.
I mean, I'm
Anyway.
impressed, honestly. Like that, like we're a mile away, and they're like, "Oh, look, that little speck there, that's them."
It is.
That's all you can see, man.
Visibility is 3 to 4 miles in clear conditions. I was going through the DMG the other day, and it's 3 to 4 miles for clear conditions. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Run!
Just go have a little bit of a jog.
You guys have got horses, don't you?
Oh, yes, that too.
Oh yeah. That's right.
You guys have
I
got
could probably
horses.
see the horses and like the caravan. I'll just like trailing along. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
I will hop upon Peanut and
Get a clip clop
Yeah.
going.
All right, cool. So you guys begin to bail and ride away.
Yeah.
Ride away off into the distance. Looking back, you
Oh, actually, can we do a perception check on their camp
on their camp. Yeah, sure.
before we go?
Sure.
Yeah. Just to see, like, is there any wargs? They're pretty obvious
Yeah.
to see. Like, maybe there's actually more members. That is a 14 plus 1. Nope, 0. 14.
14?
Yeah.
With a 14, you can discern that the goblins are all the goblins and the hobgoblin are gathering towards the side of their camp close to where you guys were, looking out at you. But you can't see any wargs, and you also can't see them mobilizing to move towards you at the current point. If you remember, the goblins were very worn out. You can see the hobgoblin is barking orders to them. But you can't, you don't see them immediately pursuing you.
Okay. I kind of relayed that information to you guys. Just like, they don't seem to be doing anything. They're pretty tired. There's no wargs, so we honestly could just camp out right here, and they can't do anything about it.
Well, they could sneak up on us during the night and slit our throats. But, it's not a bad idea.
Maybe just, let's read this information. Maybe they're actually good goblins, and we just made a huge mistake.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
now you tell us this.
Okay, so you guys stop where you are now? Do you get
we'll just-
behind another?
Yeah.
Just like circle the horses.
Whoa. So we'll get to somewhere that's not on top of a ridge. We'll go down a ridge.
Yeah,
Go down the
But I
ridge.
like the view.
Sure, you're going to go down the ridge that you were on, maybe move across a little bit in either direction just to give you a bit more room.
Yeah.
Circle the horses and set them, sort of like, not set up camp, but just pause there for a little bit and spend time maybe for a short rest then, I guess?
Yeah, I guess like a short rest.
A short rest sort of thing?
Yeah,
Cool.
we can.
Sure.
During the short rest...
What's
sorry?
before we open up the papers, because I know this is now a big point of contention for us, what is like the seal of?
The seal on Jack's paper,
Yeah, the black one.
the black one, is imprinted with a symbol that I don't actually have printed on me at the moment, but to describe it, it looks like a gaping jaw with a huge eye in the center with 2 tendrils like coming down from the top and wrapping around the bottom.
Okay. This is pungent. It's evil. It's got tentacles. It's got a gaping maw and an eye. That's straight up evil.
Well, that's not jump to conclusions.
And it's black wax. So black.
Oh, really?
How
do they get?
Can I do like a
Black
history
characters.
check to see?
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
good idea.
I
Yeah.
do
I
like
mean,
a
this
history
is-
check to see if it's sort of
if
like
it's just a
religion
symbol
check to
of
see
it,
if it's like a
Recognize it? Yeah, sure.
Can I actually see if I can recognize it?
Yeah, both of you can roll intelligence history checks.
History. Okay.
16.
Cool, that's going to be a 5 plus 3, 8.
You don't recognize the symbol. Madame Zustra, you actually do. You recognize this to be the symbol of a cult known as the Cult of the True Eye. And it is a eccentric, they're basically insane people. To put things bluntly, they tend to babble on about like their religion and their people and how the world is going to come to an end, sort of like a doomsayers kind of thing. You've seen them. They're small they're small in a lot of the different countries within the New World, or the different kingdoms of the New World, and you've seen them as mainly like beggars, essentially, on the streets of Xerxia. Though they are, and they're quite, while insane, are quite. Actually, no, I'll just leave it at that. Actually, yeah, no, I'll just leave it at that.
Quite.
Yeah.
Quite.
Because they have a little.
A bit of
I need to be careful.
You ever meet a guy with a bit of a to him?
Wax.
No, it's a
But essentially, essentially, the Cult of the True Eye is a cult that are from the New World, that of insane people.
Are they evil?
I mean, they're insane. Doesn't necessarily mean they're evil, but
So,
like,
chaotic neutral.
yeah, probably would be a
Cult. Burn.
cultotic neutral.
Definitely not.
Was the writing in Goblin as well? Like the cult letter? Or was that in common?
The cult
or-
letter is sealed. It doesn't have any writing on it. It just had that stamp on the front.
Okay, so we get like a dagger and...
Break the seal.
Yep.
You do. You unfurl the paper. There's no evil presence or anything coming from it. It just seems like
Hey.
a normal.
Lick the paper like... like it's like, do I get like a little zzz?
It's poisoned.
Little electric shock.
Do you actually like the paper?
I give it a sniff.
You give it a sniff. Okay,
Like, do I sniff like cyanide or
no.
anthrax?
You don't.
Tastes good.
You don't. But you unfurl the paper, and it's blank. There's nothing written on it.
Does anyone have any lemon juice?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Gotta steal the Declaration of Independence.
Sure, we can find some lemons.
So yeah, there's nothing written on that note, but there are letters. Like all the papers that you grab, Jago. There is like Goblin writing on all of that.
What doth letters saith? Oh,
Actually, while we're dealing with this, they say a lot of different things, but I'm going to pass you some of these.
ooh,
So not necessarily in like chronological order, or
Yes,
like
bits
order
of
which
paper
they're
and
bits of paper. So have a read of those, see what you make of them.
You've got 4
They're
letters,
probably the
right?
most important ones that you can pick out from, or the ones of interest. I suppose,
Shopping list.
you can pick out from there. What were you going to ask? Sorry.
Could I investigate the letter and the envelope? As well as just see if there's anything...
Yeah, so there's no envelope, it is just a letter, and the like paper
Oh, so it was a
like
letter on
folded
this
over.
paper?
Yeah, the paper was like folded over and then sealed. There was no letter to it.
Okay.
So yeah, you slice that. Roll an intelligence investigation check for that.
Cool. That is... Is that on the middle?
That's pretty much exactly on the middle between 4 and 14.
Alright.
That's why I use my nice handy dice rolling books.
It was right there that
Alright.
you could use.
Yeah.
I got a 2 plus investigation, which is 4. So that's
4.
6.
That's a 6.
Ooh-wee.
Very darn good.
The paper feels like normal paper. The wax seems like normal wax, and you can't really discern anything that's unusual about it. Then
Jack, can I, not Jack, can I have a look?
Yeah, sure. It's just a blank piece of paper.
Can I
Seal.
like run my hands across it, kind of like feel it up, and give it a bit of like a magical test to see if there's like any maybe indentations of where a pen might have been on it, or like something may be magically hiding the writing?
okay. Are you gonna cast detect magic? Or are
I
you
don't
just
have
gonna...
to take magic. I'm trying everything but.
Okay, cool. No, do an intelligence arcana check.
I can do that yet.
What's the name of that? The gaping eye?
Hey,
True eye.
that's a 18
True
plus
eye.
3, 21.
21. And you said you were running your fingers along it to see
Yeah.
if there was any.
Just like the feel of
indentations.
magic, or like any sort of potential giveaway that there might have been a spell cast on this. Effectively, I'm trying to detect magic without having to
I know,
detect
having
magic,
to detect
so
magic.
Feel free to just give me a no.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what evidence there might be that this could be different or
I
unusual.
ate him for 10 minutes.
I see what's going.
I cast detect magic, but I let him think he did it himself.
Okay, so you're gonna spend 10 minutes.
I'll take my time.
You'll take your time, just like I haven't got anything.
I'll like hold it
I'm
over
like
the
leaning over his shoulder, like, ooh, yeah, good ideas. Like, oh yeah,
I'll like hold it over the fire, have a look. I'm like, nope, not projecting anything. I'll like hold it up to the sun. I'm like, the moon or whatever, the sky. I'm like, nope, not doing anything. Hold it over to your face. I'm still not doing anything. Just keep on going around, like putting it on like a rock, maybe. I'm like, nope, didn't work on a rock. Till eventually 10 minutes have passed.
Okay,
While the
cool.
10 minutes is happening, I can read these goblin
Yes,
letters,
goblin
missives.
letters.
Excuse me, my goblin's not the best. Striker Than, whatever that is. I was not informed of your 2-week detour along the east coast, and your actions have subsequently delayed our plans. Once again, your neglect of our cause in pursuit of your own goals marks you as a traitor to our kind. Were it not for your family, I would have you skinned and hung under the Bula tree upon your return.
nice.
The Bula tree is exactly 3 Ullarus in size. That last one was an embellishment. I offer you this last chance. The traitorous goblins of the Osmin Hills, I think they're our friends, lie to the southwest. Their king is rumored to possess a power that could be useful to us. Bring them to heal or suffer the consequences. You will not receive any further graces. Signed in the name of Bobos, our eternal conqueror, Norbear the Ravager, our general of the First Legion, blah blah blah.
Wait,
Bobos.
signed by Bobos.
What?
No, it like signed in the name of.
Oh, the name of.
Yes.
Oh.
By Norbear the Ravager. Next one, to address to the same captain of the 5th banner. Oh, he's captain in this one. Okay.
There you go, promotion.
It has come to my attention that your leadership of the 5th banner has been inadequate. I have okay. Oh, I don't think it's captain anymore. I have dispatched Captain Randolph of the 6th banner. Oh, he's got more banners. To assume control of the northern troops, you must yield command to him the moment he arrives. Blah blah blah. Return to Camp Magul. We should probably go there. With haste to explain your incompetence to me in the flesh, I have removed half your arms, not half your brain. I do not appreciate my kindness being wasted. Signed by the same man.
Half your arms. Does he have 4?
Maybe he's striker Than, as in because he's all elbows. He's still not a striker.
But do you think half your arms is just like lop off one, or do you think it's like kind of chop them down at the elbows for both? You got nubbies.
How many arms did a man goblin have?
You didn't get a close enough look at the hobgoblin.
At his arm.
All right,
Two.
last one. Your treachery to our cause is clear. You are a traitor to our kind and have sullied the name of your family. Do not return with glory or do not. And you have shown nothing but incompetence and command, blah, 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 blah. Your request for an expanded military force is rejected, essentially. You will be sent a single goblin squad. The sick and injured will suit you fine.
Uh-oh.
Begin your departure the night you receive this letter. My patience for your ineptitude is thin.
Well, it's a shame. I thought he'd be up there, having a good time, but it seems like he's not well liked.
Well, perhaps, but maybe this isn't Striker Than. Maybe this is Captain Ran Earth, Mr. Six Banners. I don't know.
Oh.
Could be.
Did we just ruin this guy's day again? He's like...
Sounds like he's got a tough.
It just keeps happening.
It's pretty tough, yeah. He was a captain, then he wasn't, and now he just seemed to have like 12 guys.
He lost his arms.
Yeah, lost
And these guys
half
are
his
called-
arms.
And then we burnt down his bed.
We destroyed his tent, burnt his bed.
Again, they're not necessarily in like chronological
took his
order
personal
of
letters.
of the events that have happened. So
Yeah, just read them.
And
as
now he
like
does
random
black
scraps of
paper.
go.
I think he needs to leave the cult life. Like, come on.
Yeah. Cult life isn't for him. You're not meant to be here.
So that is what you get from the goblinoid. Essentially, what you get from the goblinoid notes and papers that you grabbed, Jago.
Yep.
You cast detect magic. I answer after
Okay.
10 minutes of Brown investigating it.
Yes.
So you can see that. You see that it glows faintly with illusion magic. Faintly with illusion magic. And Brown, you get kind of frustrated, and because you can't actually like make it seem glow. So I'm actually not sure how this is gonna work, because like so you can see this magic. How are you gonna make Brown think that he can see this magic?
Now, Brown. You see how you're rubbing it on the rock here?
Yes. Should I do it more?
I think you should do it more gently, first
Oh.
of all,
Oh,
because
okay, I was gonna
I don't
try.
want it to rip. But second of all, If you see how the little patches of dirt are on it, I think that the shadows of it could allude to it being an illusion.
Ooh, hey Arthur, you're a very smart little long man.
Little long man.
man.
You're a genius. I thought of it myself, actually, not about 5 minutes earlier. I thought it might have been an illusion, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, I knew you must have.
Oh, yes. You know,
Yeah, it's all about how you rub it on the dirt.
Exactly.
That's
That's
it.
what my father always said, is think of it as an illusion, rub some dirt on it.
Yes.
If there's still dirt on it, it's probably not an illusion.
Sounds like a wise man. Well, good on you.
Yes.
Good on you, pal.
Now we've discovered the truth.
It's an
I've discovered the
illusion.
truth.
At your success, Brown,
My life is an illusion.
your tail begins to flick wildly around, and you knock over your water skin,
Oh, no.
which was sitting on the rock as you started to get thirsty, and the water spills all over the piece of parchment, and you quickly whip it up, just begin to shake it off to get rid of the water. But you see that as it has been drenched in water, black marks begin to appear on the paper. Swirling.
Brown, you are a
I
genius.
did it!
Look at you.
I solved the problem! I didn't just lose my day's supply of water.
Surprisingly impressed.
You begin to shake it as black marks begin to appear on the paper, but they swirl and begin to form what is clearly words, but I don't think it's in a language any of you can speak.
Ooh. What language is it?
Well, I don't know. You tell me what languages you guys can speak.
Is it
Common,
in
Elvish,
Saurian
Hang on. No, it is not Saurian.
or Arquin? Wait,
No, it is not Arquin.
Is it infernal?
No, it is not Infernal.
Is it primordial?
No, it is not Primordial.
Is it common, elvish, or halfling?
It is not any of those.
Language.
Is it
No.
violin, flute, or sea
Is it
vehicles?
fishing?
No, and
Is it how
no.
Is it spending 10 minutes to cast comprehend language as a ritual?
This is jargon to me. It's useless. We've wasted our time. Throw it in the fire. This isn't even comprehensible. This isn't not gnomish.
Is it in a script we recognize?
Yeah, goblinish.
It's in the
not
same
Goblin, I don't think.
script as Primordial.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
What's left? Sylvia?
So you're gonna cast Comprehend Languages?
Yes, I will be like, just give it to me, I'll have a look at it. And I'll sit there for 10 minutes just be like,
Staring at it. Okay, cool. Something interesting happens after you cast Comprehend Languages on the piece of paper. The words begin to shake and swirl, and the ink sort of begins to move across the paper. The words disappear, and a map appears.
It wasn't a word picture. It was an eye picture.
so only I can see that there, right?
Yeah, only you can see that. So,
Ooh.
yeah, so you can see that the paper has. You have to keep putting water on it to make sure that the text stays there. Otherwise, it fades after the paper sort of begins to dry a little bit. And though there are some rain clouds in the distance, currently it's still sunny. And yeah, you see that there is a treasure map, I suppose. There is a mountain range, a city that is unmarked at the base of that mountain range. And any more information than that to identify where it might be, it will be an intelligence history check.
Let's do this. Come on. Got one thing. And I rolled a 4. Well done. So yeah, it's just a 7.
That's a 7.
Damn.
You look and you don't immediately recognise what this area of land is for you. I don't have unfortunately a piece of paper to give you guys for this bit, but
I mean, it means all the same to us anyway, because we don't know where it is.
yes, I don't know where it is. But you can see that there's a map here now, and you know that, which is good, which is useful.
Yeah.
You still don't know whatever the text said before you cast Comprehend Languages on it, and it is interesting that when you cast Comprehend Languages, whatever was on the paper changed. That's not usual for Comprehend Languages, but yeah, that's what you guys have found from that piece of paper. Magic's weird.
Interesting.
Magic's weird.
Primordial, if you can understand primordial, you can understand
All of his
Aquan
dialects.
and okay, yeah. Could I see if it's some type of Aquan or some type
No,
of
it's
ancient?
not. It's not any dialect.
Okay.
Maybe we have to hold it underwater to read it, because it was in a big bucket.
It was in a bucket, and the water did not like you. I remember you saying it was repulsed by you.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So it found you ugly.
Maybe it can only be read in that bucket, or you have to be bucket man.
Or maybe the water has to welcome you.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Ah.
I've never met water that didn't like me.
When I took it out of the bucket of water, it wasn't even wet, was it?
It wasn't submerged. It was in a little compartment, a seal compartment at the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, okay.
We have met water that didn't like us.
Oh yes, that weird water thing.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Good old D&D joke.
Should we do something about these goblins?
Well done, really.
I don't want to go in just like murder, but
If we go by the letters, they're the weak and the sick.
this guy who's with them, maybe he seems like he might be under instruction to go and, cause problems for,
Yeah, other goblins.
those other goblins.
Well, honestly, it seems like he's had a really tough time. I think maybe if we sneak back into his camp and do it all that way, he would appreciate it. But maybe if we just approach him like a normal person and say, hello, how's it going? And we try and talk to him. Maybe he might be more forthcoming.
I mean, that would have been a better plan if we did that before we burned down his camp. Just saying.
But I thought he was having a bonfire. That's what Jago told me.
If we had talked to him normally, we would have never found out about this cult stuff.
Of course.
When would he invite us into his barrel and let us find his secret stash? Like, it was fine.
I mean, we're in the same position if you didn't say that anyway.
It's probably not good if we know that they're these kind of cultish people, right?
I mean, I guess.
I think he's a bit like a wounded dog at the moment. He seems maybe desperate to get any results, and if we try to put a clink in his plans, he might turn on us very fast.
I think you're right. I don't think he's someone that we should, put too much trust in. Yeah.
Wait, trust? I'm confused.
If we just go down and say hello.
Like saying, I don't think we should let our guard down too much.
Oh,
is what
yeah,
we're
okay.
saying. But we could probably go back and.
So you want to talk to him? Kind of strut on up? Do
Well,
one of
yeah.
those.
I say
Oh.
we do it.
We can either go talk to him, or I reckon maybe we can try and sneak into the mining site and see what they're trying to get at.
We did want to see, that's where the comet thing landed, right? That's what we
Yes.
were trying to get to in the first place. So.
We could
Yes,
do
I do really want to look
two-pronged
at it.
assault. Where some of us go and we say, how do you do? Hello there, friend. We just saw what's going on. We might come down and say hello, as the rest of us sneak around the back and go check out the mines.
Alternative plan, maybe we could scare them off. We know how many there are.
not
There's
bad
only 12 of them. We could already overpower them, but they don't know how many of us there are. If we were able to somehow make it seem like there are a lot of us, we could possibly scare them away from this whole facility and have the whole place to ourselves. That way we don't have to deal with any goblins and we remove any threat that they had on us.
It's not a bad idea.
As long as they don't have easy communication with another bigger group of goblins. It just seems they do.
Well, no,
I don't-
only by letters, but it seems like they only have the weak and the sick there, as well as a commander
True,
who
they don't seem to have many
isn't
people
well
that-
appreciated.
It
or
just
people
so
who would care that
happens
they die.
I could manipulate their leader to be quite terrified of us. And even if he leaves, maybe all the goblins will leave. We won't have to deal with a single thing.
Give it a shot.
It did sound like they were weak and sick. Perhaps we could even play on that if we can work out. I mean, if we're sure that he is the, Striker Than, whatever his name is, we could play up that we are, his replacements. I don't know.
It seems that they seem to.
Someone.
They all seem to be goblins from Bobos. That's the goblin god or warlord.
Warlord, yeah. Almost
So I-
conquered all the Soft Guard.
I mean, I could make myself appear like a goblin, or a hobgoblin, but that may be all to that plan.
Well, how will you disguise yourself? Look like one.
With magic.
Oh, fair
And
enough. That
trickery.
makes a lot of sense.
Well, you're good at that. I think you should give it a shot.
It's a plan.
All right.
You could pretend to be Captain Ranoth, although maybe they know each other.
They might.
5 banners and 6 banners right next to each other, so.
Okay, so are you going to do it? Should we do it now?
I guess now's as good any
Why
time.
wait?
Very well. Yeah. Are we all good and rested?
I'm fine.
You guys can finish your short rest so you can get anything back that you want from that. I don't believe, and you can get your bardic inspiration back. The rest of you guys have rituals, so I don't think any of you guys even use
I didn't
anything.
use any spells. So
Yeah,
I don't get them back.
Yeah. Cool, so you guys can get all that back if you like it.
Yep, I'm good.
Yep, we're good. All right,
We
make
might
our
try
way.
and if what you do now, we can. The rest of us can be Shakespearing this, and not Shakespearing, Macbething this, and go and get a bunch of stuff from the nearby woods, chop it down, make it like man-shaped, and kind of like, freak them out by looking like we have a lot of dudes with us.
That'll take some preparation, but
Yeah, it'll take
That'll
us.
probably take a couple days.
It's not like we're in any hurry.
Or could it be best just to watch this camp from afar and see if anyone else comes here?
Well, this ran off fella might be on the way.
Yeah. And honestly, maybe whatever they're digging, they might be able to dig it tonight. So it's probably best we get in on this as fast as we can.
It's probably best. Do it fast.
Should we go in at night then, or like tonight? Stay here a bit.
Goblins, do they have dark vision or not?
I don't know, but either way,
if someone
You should know.
someone can do a intelligence.
I speak
check.
goblin.
I think kind of either way though.
I'll say you can do an
If we're gonna
intelligence
try and
check,
sneak into
that'll
a
be
place,
easier for you.
just do it undercover at night. Just they can only see 60 feet, and then beyond that we're good.
Sure, it's only 11.
So if we're just
Honestly, I was going to give you it at a 10.
who has
Goblins do have dark vision.
They do.
Yes, you are.
So goblins do have dark.
Goblinos can
But that-
see in the dark.
But that only limits their vision to 60 foot, remember? So, like, most goblins, like humans,
Same.
still tend to light torches and stuff around their camps and things. They don't. Most dark creatures with dark vision don't tend to rely on the dark vision.
Yeah.
Unless they have to. So, darkness is still it's still a good cover.
Wait for cover of darkness, sneak inside.
I'm gonna give you my pen flute.
Oh, okay. I don't play the flute.
No, but you don't need to. You just need to blow as loud as you can when I give you a signal. That way we can make it appear like we have a lot more people maybe behind the tree line.
Okay.
If we make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Fear is our ally right now, and as much as we fear them, it gives more success to
I
this
don't
plan.
fear them. What are you talking about?
We want them to fear us.
Yes, we do. So I just wait on the hill, and then when I see perhaps, say, a flaming arrow go up inside, or maybe just throw a torch in the air, I'll just make the noise go.
It could be a start.
Good.
Who's going in? I'm happy to wait in the darkness, or like I don't know, or maybe I'll come with you to be threatening. Not really sure.
I mean, Jack's a stealthy boy. You're known to be a stealthy boy.
Well, it depends. Do we want to fear them with our own presence, or do we want to make it seem like we are their leader? I think, honestly, it's better plan to just make them fear our own presence, because it's a bit weird just me going up there. However, if we all come, we're already a stronger group. It shows how powerful we are.
If anything goes south, we all have each other's backs.
Yeah.
So we go as a group.
We go as a group.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We bring the horses.
Oh no, probably just leave the horses at the campsite.
Okay.
Yeah, so we leave the horses and everything here. Should we go now, or should we wait till it gets dark?
Wait till it gets dark.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then we go in with horses. I think we go with the horses. The sound of 6 horses is quite a sight to see or hear.
Yeah.
The sound of like 6 hooves, that's going to send fear into them. They know that we are there. That's what I think.
No, I like that. I like that. All right. I would like to quickly. So I guess we wait until it gets, to like dusk
gets
time.
to dusk. If you guys want to do anything while you guys are...
While that's happening, I might go around and sort of hunt for some berries and maybe some small like catches. Yeah.
Sure, do a survival check.
You don't
Ooh,
speak.
critical one.
I don't speak Goblin, actually, it's true.
You can improvise.
I could teach you
Pardon?
some phrases.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Is it survival?
Yeah, so total.
So a total of 7.
A total of 7. You come back with some, branches with some very sparse little berries on it.
Yeah, some
but
almost not
substantial.
quite good berries.
Yeah, so nothing
A little bit
substantial.
soft.
Like, if you were garnishing a dish with this, it would be perfectly fine, but just as a meal in and of themselves, it's probably is not really enough.
I just put them in my herbalism kit stuff for now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, store them up.
Yeah.
No, that's a good idea. Yep.
No worries. Alright.
Anyone else doing anything over this time?
Okay. They don't need to understand me to be afraid of me. They just need to hear me.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna do that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Is that which spell is that, or is that your bard ability?
That's my bard
Bard
ability.
ability?
I
Yeah.
love how just frightening that sounds. They don't need to understand me. They need to fear me.
Alright.
I mean,
well, give me a signal if you want me to step in with some
It's like a dictator.
goblinese.
I mean, guess that makes sense. Like, if someone comes up to you screaming in a different language, they could still be very terrified. You can
True.
get scared of them, even if you
You're
don't
very
understand what they're saying. So, but yeah,
All
okay,
the
cool.
intention's in the tone, yeah.
Um,
Ahead.
you guys
Onwards.
Night falls. The sun dips behind the mound. You can see the goblins begin to light torches.
We light torches on our carriage. Yeah, light all the torches.
So they can,
Like every single torch we have.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, okay. And you guys are all on your individual horses except for Zustra, who's on the carriage. Yep. You guys
You have 10.
Yeah.
50 torches.
make your way up to the goblin camp.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself at some point because this shit's gonna go down.
Yep, that's a good assumption. Yep, safe assumption.
Why don't you just wear normal armor?
I can't wear normal armor.
Well, you know, you just put it on.
It's very impeding on my movement.
Oh, well, maybe we can get more used to it over time.
It's quite frail, Brown.
I'm not old yet, I wouldn't understand. Oh, sorry.
Look at these flabby bones.
Flabby and fragile!
I might just rearrange what I have on me and just put some places in, my vest part and stuff, so easy access.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the goblins see you coming, you are masking your presence as you move up towards them, and you start to see the torches move around. They're sort of like yelling to each other. Jago, as you get closer, you can hear the weariness in their voice as they say, "Call to striker, fetch striker." So you can judge that the person here is not. You thought it might be Ran off, but it is Striker Tharn.
Striker is the one, and they are tired.
Yeah.
Okay. So Striker's the guy that used to be captain?
He's the one in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys move up, and the goblins form not a welcoming formation, but like they make a sort of like a pathway with their bodies holding the torches for you to walk down. And you see, because you are approaching non-threateningly, you see a tall hobgoblin, arms clasped behind his back. And quickly pull this out so I can give you a proper description of him.
Like both arms behind his back.
No, so the figure is that of a tall hobgoblin, around 6'4", with rust-coloured, shaggy hair covering his entire body, except for his palms and face. He is wearing.
He's a Sasquatch.
That is a little bit what hobgoblins are, yeah. He is wearing solid but battle-worn plate armor, and a helmet is clasped in one arm. Sorry, has his helmet clasped in it, and a great sword strapped to his back. A heavy brown cloak covers the right half of his body, hanging down to his knees. So if you think like a little finger, I guess, like a big cloak hanging off one side, or like General Grievous, I think style, like half cloak, hanging down the side, but masking one side of his body, his right side. The skin of his hands and face is reddish brown, but with a bright blue nose that flares as you begin to walk towards him.
Can I have the letter?
Yeah, I'm sure you.
Does he look like a baboon? Is that what baboons look like? They have blue noses.
No, they got big old red noses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they've sort of got the streaks and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
What colour is his butt?
you cannot see his butt.
It's about the
Not a
ass.
baboon.
I hate baboons. I was attacked by them as a kid. True story.
They are bashed.
Yeah,
They'll rip you
Yeah.
pieces. They won't
Oh
care.
yeah, they
They're terrifying.
they absolutely. It's on my orange juice.
And they're thieves. They take everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab the piece of paper, show the black parchment on the front side, and I'm going to grab a torch, and I'm going to kind of like as we approach them, just put like the torch close to the paper. Not that it's going to burn it, but just show that we have something
make a
important.
threatening gesture. Yeah. So you see that Striker Tharn, he's standing very tall, very proud, almost like a experienced military general, the way they hold themselves. The goblins are slouching, just sort of trying to hold themselves up, but clearly too weary to do a proper formation, and eyeing you with a mixture of curiosity and fear. I'll emphasize again how odd your party is. You walk. Perfect. Jack, I assume Jack is sort of at the front with you guys sort of flanking behind. And you're holding the torch with the paper.
Yeah.
Do you say anything, or?
Yeah, I talked to them. Why do you come here into our land?
Striker Fan looks at you with his green eyes, and you don't see, like, he looks at your stern expression unchanged, and he begins to speak in Goblin back to you, even though you spoke in common to him.
I will
Jago,
translate
you recognize.
as a whisper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you speak the Goblin tongue?
We speak no goblin here. Tell us why you're here. Common only.
You see him look at Jago and speaks again in Goblin. Your companion speaks my language.
I point to the Copper Mound and I say, why are you here?
I will speak only to he who speaks my tongue.
We will not speak to you.
I'll say to him, speak in common or I'll cut out your tongue.
I'll make an intimidation check.
It's pretty good.
23.
Also, quick reminder that we're flanked on all sides at the moment. Because we walked through two corridors.
Corridor.
I'm pretty good at chopping.
Let's go.
They could barely hold themselves up. I'm not that worried.
Yeah, there's
Something to remember.
only a dozen goblins, so there's only 6 on every
Oh, okay.
side.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
6.
well, we can take.
6 on
Like,
every
I
side.
could probably take 12 goblins. Actually, thinking about it.
All right, let's just leave.
And I don't. And I never hit anything.
All right, so yeah, you at your threat, Striker's eyes lock on yours, and you see his nose flare as he takes it in anger, as he takes a deep breath in. And you with your dealings with goblins, you and hobgoblins, this is an aggressive, competitive gesture. He has recognized your aggression towards him and is parlaying back in a similar fashion, puffing out his chest, but does not move forward. He stares at you, but he stares at both of you.
I believe he wants some sort of show of strength. 1v1 me, bro.
Do you say that in Goblin?
Yeah.
You do. He, again, expression unchanged, looks at you before he begins to laugh. Just
I hop down off my horse.
he moves.
Sword, great sword.
He pops on his helmet and barks to the goblins. You hear him say, "Circle," as they begin to move around. They sort of keep you guys within the circle if they can. There's probably about 10-foot gap between them if that's enough to keep
I'll
you
hop off
guys
my
within.
horse, and I'll head over to Jago, and I'll start like massaging your shoulders, getting you ready for the fight.
Do I get the feeling he means to fight to the death here? Or he's looking for a
We probably could
submission?
First, second blood, I'd say.
Roll an insight check.
Not insightful at all. 5.
A 5? Even with a 5, and this is how clear it is. This dude seems like he means business.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got his right shoulder covered, so when he comes at you, make sure you duck to the left so you can just swing with his right arm. If you go up, just if you hit him once, he'll be good.
Can I make a
Keep
clarification for rule?
Yeah, sure.
Because I actually don't know. Phantasmal force. It's only perceived by the
single
person,
creature.
not me. Like only they will see the illusion. Does that mean the illusion has to be something I know, or can it be already rooted in that person's mind and they're making sense of it?
If you can pass me the spell card and I have a quick glance at it, because I think it's whatever that you craft an illusion that takes roots in the creature that you can see within range, so
Yeah.
you have to create the illusion, so you have to be aware of whatever you're creating.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
yeah. So, yeah. Alright, cool. That's
Yeah, that's good.
cool. Alright. Yeah, I'll change the. Actually, will I chuck on some quick combat music? I'll chuck on some quick combat music.
Good tension music. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, you'll be fine. Just, sword fight him like you've done before.
Sure.
And don't lose, like you've done before.
If I speak to a humanoid alone for at least 1 minute, okay, they don't even really need to speak.
You just yell at him.
I yell at him and I sneer
come
at
on,
him
Nick.
for a minute of gestures and language.
Do you have to be alone? Isn't that what it said?
Well, it says when you speak alone with a
Yeah.
What does it mean by alone? Does that mean if we have a duo conversation?
I mean, you two
or-
need to be having like other people can be there, I would say, but you two need to be the people conversing for that time. Is how I would interpret that. Because yeah.
Yeah.
If you think
Otherwise,
that's
you just
free.
be in the rafters yelling at someone for a minute, and they're like, "Oh God, I'm terrified."
I mean, honestly, maybe.
Like it needs to be a conversation. It's not just a.
Well, he said some stuff to me in Goblin, so if I carry this conversation,
Well, at the moment he doesn't seem to care
Yeah.
about you. Jago has accepted his
keep
sort of
repeating things you've heard in
challenge,
Goblin.
and you're the one who can speak Goblin.
Alright, before we get, as I step into the ring, I guess I'll just call out no interference.
In common.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
in
in
Goblin.
Goblin?
I'll kind of look around.
Yeah.
Take a step back.
Striker is rolling his shoulders, and says, "Of course, it is not the Goblin way."
Isn't it? Alright.
Yeah,
Is he drawing his sword?
Well, at the moment he's rolling shoulders, but then yes, he will reach around. He will reach around with his left hand, and draw out his blade.
left hand. I was wrong.
Left hand, draw out his blade there. Stab it into the ground, and you see him unhook the cloak on one side of his, on the right side of his body, and let it drop to the ground. You see that he does actually have an arm on his other side, but it is not made of flesh and bone.
Ooh.
In the flicker of the torchlight, you see it is made out of smooth steel with a purple tinge.
No, not this fucking shit
I want
again.
one.
I
will have one.
All of you can recognize it with the specific. You could never forget the kind of steel that the ship that you discovered was made out of. It is made out of the same material as that.
Music out.
That's big, actually.
So, as it shimmers in the torchlight, he rolls that shoulder, and you see that he's just got five fingers with like claws just tipped on the end of them. He turns around and lets out a bit of a toothy grin.
Pull out my greatsword. Whose greatsword's bigger?
They're both great swords. They're both the same size.
Exactly the same size.
is this a code banana?
Alright, I draw my greatsword and I hold it next to me like a baseball bat.
Before the fight, I'm gonna like put my hand on your shoulder and say, "You sure?"
I await your judgment.
All right. And I go and just like pat your shoulder. Fine. And I bardic inspiration you.
Hell yeah.
Alright, you give Bardic Inspiration. That's cool. So, how do you you just play a quick tune, or do you give him inspiring words?
I'm going to say a whisper to the blade to move fast and strike quickly.
Cool. Alright, cool. Yeah, and you got that Bardic Inspiration.
Because you can only really use it for your initiative to make sure you get the first hit.
Good point.
So, Striker takes his position about 30 foot away from you and speaks. You know our tongue. Do you know the hobgoblin way of warfare?
I do not. Does it matter?
We fight until we die, or you yield. Your yield is only valid once I have removed a part of you.
How much do you want for that arm? Because I will pay for you now, or I can take it off your corpse.
He again grins back. I think I will take your tongue out, or remove your jaw.
It's pretty badass.
Meh. All right, let's do it.
Grab it.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna get everyone to roll initiative, just so I don't have to roll it later.
Fair enough.
And we don't have to.
I don't think I can help.
You can use it for
Get
attack
my
rolls
ones
or
out
initiative.
now.
I'm going to use it for initiative. Cool.
Nice.
We're doing well. I think I rolled like 5 4s today, so. I got a 21.
21 for Jago. I know Jago's not with it.
I rolled a 1, so my initiative is 0.
Alright. And then so 0 for Ayata.
Oopa.
Oopa.
Jago's 21.
Oopa.
Brian is
8.
8. And Jack.
19.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
5.
I like that your bandages have now turned into a necklace.
Yeah.
It's a sailing scarf.
Scarf.
A sailing
Good old-
scarf.
It's called like a chalet.
And the Nathaniel Drake
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It stresses me out.
See Brick playing the next Nathan Drake.
I really want to like play a Nathan Drake character.
That'd
So
be pretty
bad.
cool. I meant
Alright.
like in real life.
One of the goblins comes back dragging, sort of like a few goblins come back dragging drums. And sit down.
Oh yeah.
Like,
all right.
yes, you need a goblin drum for this.
And they sort of begin to sort of like shake the torches. As Striker sort of builds himself, does. And it gets it like makes those
Musical?
Yes!
And then there's someone like just tapping on that, like.
I'm gonna take my bagpipes off you,
Oh yeah.
and I feel like we're gonna play like the Avatar outro of like. doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
What kind of like space have we got? Like we're in a circle, right? We're in
Yeah,
columns.
so I'm going to say around you guys are 30 foot. Oh,
So there's like a 10-foot gap between all
yeah,
the
between
goblins?
each goblin. So I'm not gonna. I'll say there's about 20 foot. Or you're in like a 40 foot.
Diameter or radius?
30 foot in either direction, so 30 foot radius. I'm just gonna say 30 foot radius.
Okay.
Just for simplicity. And I'll quickly sketch that here, just so I can keep track.
We're starting in the middle, I imagine. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
6, and you're each 15 foot away from each other.
Okay.
So you're 30 foot away and 15 foot away from, the goblins behind you. They're all in a circle, and you guys are all playing music and stuff. Cool.
So we're 30 feet away from each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 15 from the center, 15. So in the center, 15, 15. So you guys are 30 away, and then 15, 15.
Okay. Cool.
To the outer perimeters.
Alright.
Cool. Any other questions on the setup first? Goblins?
Is he wearing red?
Okay, I don't know, let's see, work it out for yourself.
Shit, we're all colorblind.
Oh yeah, it's dark.
Alright, torches.
That's true.
And everything.
You said that we're
Describe your
15 foot
colour.
away from...
No, you guys are 30 foot.
Yeah.
15 foot away, depending on what you are.
Roughly.
Roughly.
Let's roll on an
20.
angle.
15 to 20. Yeah, maximum 20 foot, I'd say, away from Jago.
Yeah.
I guess we give a visual eye, make sure none of the goblins are doing anything shifty.
Yeah.
The ground's okay.
They seem, yeah, so they're sort of like holding the perimeter, but as I said, they're pretty weary and just doing what the commander says at the moment. Alright, and you hear, like, as the drums sort of get louder and louder and louder, and you hear Striker shout to you, "When the drums stop, we begin." Seems fair. They go, they like crescendo, reach the top and they stop. You react first.
I step back 15 feet.
Okay, right up to the back of the perimeter.
45 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And I wait. Dodge action.
Take the dodge action. Yeah. All right, cool. Striker. So you guys, I'm assuming you guys don't do anything. So, but if you do want to do something, just interject and let me know. Striker begins to move towards you aggressively, holding his great sword out in front of him at the ready. He doesn't run, he moves 30 foot towards you, so that way he is 15 foot away from you, and has a sort of snarl in his face, muttering to you in Goblin, "You choose to run to begin. Such a coward." Your turn.
Just learning. Bonus action rage. Smacking him in the face.
Alright, now you move forward.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Attack. Yeah, move forward and attack.
Alright. Non-recklessly.
Non-recklessly. Yeah.
Oh, that's a 3.
That's yeah. That's I'm 3 plus stuff. Whatever else isn't going to hit him anyway.
Oh, I'm nervous.
It's right, fam. We got you. Once you launch it on us, then we're like...
Alright, so you run forward. Bonus action rage. So how do you swing at him? So he's got his blade out in front.
Yeah, good point.
You enter your rage. So yeah, describe how.
I run at him and I'm just going to try and swing, like, take his head off like I'm swinging with a baseball bat.
Alright, cool.
Except it's a sword.
Yeah. You let out a deep bellowing rage because when you enter your rage, you feel that heat burn in your chest, that cold shiver go through your body.
give him some of those. And then
Yeah. Don't you have an aura now as well when you rage? Or is
I
that
have
later
a damage
level?
effect.
You got a damage effect,
Yeah.
like a damage aura. So, like energy, like a cold wind begins to blow around your body. As your eyes go pure white. You run forward, letting out a barbaric scream, and swing your greatsword at him. But he throws his blade in the way and just blocks it before pushing it back. Do you have 2 attacks?
No.
Or- no, it's only
Only
level
level
3.
three.
Only level 3. That's right. As he
He
swings,
doesn't have 2 attacks.
Probably has 2 attacks.
he pushes you back and begins to counter-attack with his strikes. What's your armor class?
Not good. 14.
14. One of them misses, but one of them hits. One of the attacks misses, and one of them hits. You move forward 15, so you're not right next to the perimeter anymore. You're
Yeah,
15
I
feet away.
just
You're
wanted to
15
see
feet
how far
away
he
from the
can move.
perimeter. Yeah, so he moved 30 feet. So he swings, and you take 13 slashing damage as he brings his great sword down.
Normal slashing damage?
Yeah, just normal slashing
7?
damage. Yes.
Okay.
I believe rage prevents even magical slashing.
Yeah, it's,
Oh,
yeah,
it
it's,
does?
it does.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. But he brings his blade down, cleaving quite deep cuts into your body.
Alright.
Letting out a bellow of satisfaction and victory, and drawing first blood in this fight. Your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna recklessly attack him this time.
Yep, go for it.
Oh man, there's. Jeez, that's not good. 15.
15 total.
Yeah.
15 doesn't hit.
He's wearing plate armor, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I just say half plate. Yeah,
okay.
half plate. I didn't narrate that at the beginning. So yeah, you swing with your great sword up at him, but he manages to drive his blade into the ground and reflect it back off. You got low with that strike, and he is going to try and.
So he gets 2 strikes with advantage.
Yes. This is not gonna go well.
Alright, so.
Oh boy.
Alright, for that first strike, because you're a bit lower, he tries to actually kick at you instead of swinging with his blade, but you manage to dodge out of the way of that. Roll around, bring your blade back up from the ground. But the second attack he is going to hit you with, and he is going to bring his blade down again. You try and throw your rusted greatsword up in the way, but the force that this new metallic arm that he's got seems to be greater than what a normal arm could produce, and you're not prepared for impact as it knocks your blade out of the way, and you take 10 damage this time. As the blade drives deep into
10,
your
I was
body.
like, fuck 10, that's a lot. And I was like, barbarian.
Yeah.
He's still hitting pretty hard. Alright. I'm gonna go again. I'm just gonna go recklessly.
Yeah, attack recklessly.
Oh man, that's better. 23.
23 is going to hit.
Alright. Cool. Alright, take some of this. That will be 2 1s. Jacob. 4 plus 3, 7 plus. Okay, so 7 damage plus. That's better. 6 necrotic damage.
What
So,
fighting style did you take?
13?
13. Yeah.
13?
Jacob, what fighting style did you take?
I don't have a fighting style. I'm a barbarian.
I don't know. I think fighting style. I was like, does he hit that one where he doesn't roll one?
Great weapon master. Should get that. Man, that fucking hurts. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a chance.
How do you swing at him? Like, how's that?
Well, he kind of just knocked my sword out of the way, so I'm just gonna like uppercut and try and swing him in the dick.
Always aim for the dick, don't you?
Do I?
Yeah, I see. It seems that way.
It's the soft spot.
Yeah, you swing up, and your blade clings against a metal cup that he's got down there. But you manage to hit him in the thigh, though.
Okay.
And he just lets out a grunt of pain. Bring his greatsword around. You're in quite close quarters still with him, so he is just going to like spin the greatsword around to like try and drive it down into you and like pierce through you this time.
Alright.
So each attack's got advantage because it's recklessly. That first one is going to hit, bring the blade down, and try and drive it into your leg. That's 7 damage.
Alright.
So it's 4.
Yeah.
Drives down. Yeah. The benefits of rolling, you're going to get really high rolls, but also low rolls. So, and then he is going to try and attack you again with advantage. That is going to hit you again. After he drives the greatsword down, bring it back up. He's going to like knock you in the head with the back of his hilt, to sort of disorientate you for a second before taking a swing back and, like a baseball bat, just like swing, try and cleave at the center of your torso. Roll these guys. 9 damage.
Alright. I'm below 10.
He is, he is wailing on you. He is wailing on you, and you can just hear him now, just laughing, just like, And you thought you could defeat me, Striker Than? You do not have the strength of a hobgoblin. You have nothing. And he grabs your mouth, but a smart mouth. Puny muscles, and begins to sort of like dig his
oh no, he's going for the jaw.
Dig his fingers into your jaw, like holding you like this.
I turn around to wind up the swing and I lock eye contact with Jeremy, Jack, or whatever, and I say, I probably have the strength of a hobgoblin, but I definitely don't have the honor of one, and I swing down straight at one of his knees.
Sure.
I kind of wink at you.
So that's Jago. Alright, so we'll do this first. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, alright. Now we're getting started.
Smash them kneecaps.
So 9, 18 plus 5, 23.
23.
Plus another 5 necrotic damage, so 28 damage.
28 damage. Ooh, right.
Actually.
I probably can't survive.
Wait, did you do all your dice twice just then?
Pardon?
Did you do all your dice twice just then?
Oh wait, I didn't do the second one twice.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh wait, do we double or roll twice?
Roll twice.
Okay, sorry. My bad. So that's doesn't matter if it's necrotic or not?
No.
Okay, so 7. Sorry, I got confused with my other group.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
13 for the first round. And then 9, 21, 22, plus 6. So 28. Same number.
Well, were you just
Yeah.
doubling it?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that 2 lots of 28 damage? Or was that just...
No,
just
no,
128. Okay,
128,
yeah, 128
yeah.
damage.
In his face.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Alright.
Crack that leg off. Just.
Yeah, so
don't need it.
he got arrogant with how much he was beating you down, and now you swang with that greatsword, and he lets out a deep cry of pain as you hear the crack of his kneecap as you you just blast one off basically, just and sort of like crumples down to the ground, like managing to hold his weight on his left leg, but his movement speed will be impaired now. He can't walk properly on that leg. He lets go of your face, and you're able to like move back a little bit.
Do they sell kneecaps in the Metal Arm Factory?
Oof! Alright. He glares up you, his green eyes filled, like it's started to get bloodshot from pain, like staring deeply at you, like rivers of blood flowing down his now his hatred in his eyes, and he's taken you seriously now. Maybe this was just a facade before, but Jack, he called for your help. Are you gonna react? Having just seen him do that now, are you still going to react?
Yeah.
When I die.
So Jacob got a really good hit in.
I'm still gonna do something.
You're still gonna do something? Alright, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
I'm gonna move behind Eata, because he's big, and I'm
Okay.
going to Dissonant Whispers the Hobgoblin.
Okay. You guys are apart. Oh no, yeah, because you're within the circle, so like you
Yeah,
can.
so it's just me vocal, and
move behind Ayata. Yeah, so you can. So
actually, even just with me playing the pan flutes, I just play like a chilling tune, like going with the tempo of him doing the big hit. So it
Okay.
just feels like I'm doing like a kind of like chilling. This is like the strike that we needed. So the goblins will recognize it's just me playing music.
Okay.
And I'm going to Dissonant Whispers the Hobgoblin at the same time.
14 DC.
My DC, yeah, 14
14.
for Wisdom, as I do a level 2 one.
Level 2 1. All right. He does not seem to falter from your music.
So he succeeded.
Yeah.
So he's going to take half his damage.
So half the damage. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yep. So roll for that then.
Cool. However, he will not run away as a reaction.
Oh yeah, because it's not frightened. It's not. Yeah, he doesn't have to use movement speed. Definitely.
Cool. So that's going to be 6 plus another 9, so that's 15 halved.
So 7. 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. So he He lets out a grunt of anger, and he sort of like spins around on one leg, limping a little bit to glare at you, with the music, and then you just hear him bark in common, not goblin, just like silence that flute at you. Not necessarily aware how that he's taken like damage from it, but it is annoying him, and he wants it no longer before turning his attention back to Jago.
I wink at him.
You wink. You wink. She's like, he sort of pulls himself back up, trying to get back into his more posture, back into his general posture.
Stand up straight, soldier, I say in Goblin.
He stabs his greatsword into the ground and flexes his arm now. He takes
Which one?
His metal one, just moving it around and sort of like clenches his fist. You didn't move away from him at the end of your last turn, so he's just going to take a step forward, and he is going to sock you like straight in the face with that.
Okay.
And so he is going to say, "You will kneel to your general," and bring it around at you. You recklessly? Yep.
Tense your jaw really hard.
All right. You're going to tense your jaw.
He's trying to slow down.
You take.
Could someone check how relentless endurance works for me, please?
I will do this.
It's just when you drop down to 1 hit point.
I've got a roll versus something, I think.
No, you just get a one.
Oh, is it instant? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
because
That's
I
a
have to
shadow
roll to
soul
beat the
strike.
damage or something.
No, the Goliath one you reduce the damage by d12, but with this you just go down to 1 HP, I believe. But yeah, Carl's double check
Just
that.
Bob.
No, that's half work.
Half orc.
Half orc. Where's that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's literally just like drop to 0 back to 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I live. I die.
As long as it doesn't insta kill you, so you can jump off of like a building, go back, and stand back up. It's fine.
I mean, if it does more damage than like...
Then your maximum into negatives. But yeah, if it doesn't insta kill you,
Yeah.
then you're fine.
As he swings,
like
the way
kneecaps like this.
as he swings, the way the arm moves is blindingly fast. So his other swings would be powerful, but not necessarily speedy. But the way it's like a blur as it hits you, and he socks you straight in the jaw. And you take 12 damage. Some of that is force. Do you resist force damage?
How much of it is force?
Because
this matters.
Six of it is force.
I'm on 1 hit point.
You're on 1 hit
I get
point.
knocked out and come back up.
Yeah.
Do I fall over?
No, you don't.
No. So
Okay. Alright.
he socks you
I love
bang
this.
straight in the jaw, and so you guys watching, it's a blur. You're not even sure you saw the strike as he like lands his fist squarely in Jago's jaw. Jago stumbles back a little bit, head reeling, and you hear a bit of a crack, but Jago can just pop it back in.
You punch like a girl.
As you let out a bellow of anger. And stay standing. And Striker looks surprised at you. Surprised at you.
Spit out some teeth.
Yeah, just like. But then it is. That was his first attack actually. So he's got a second one. He then walks towards you again. And this one tries to punch you in the stomach.
Alright. Good night, sweet
If
prince.
this hits you, you're kind of just down.
Yeah, it hits you.
Good night.
I don't think he'll do enough to. No, he's not going to do enough to beat your max HP. But yeah, he walks up to you, gets his fist, and again moves so fast that you can't see it. It's just a blur. Fist impaled into your suplex, which is there. And he just bellows out, "No!" And Jago, your body just you fall unconscious and crumples forward. And your head slams into the ground, so you fall into a kneeling position at his feet. And he lets out a bellows. Still not putting all this weight on his left leg, not able to walk. He's got half movement speed, so not able to walk properly with his absolutely decimated kneecap. Your champion is dead. Now leave this place. This is my territory now.
4 on 1, guys. Squad out.
He reaches.
So you're unconscious?
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
If you remember what he said when a goblin Hobgoblin fight is finished,
Shake something.
he grabs Jago's head and like rips and like begins to lift his unconscious
something.
head.
Wait, is this the turn after?
No, this is still his turn. So, but like he lifts it up. He doesn't have any more attacks. So I'm just saying he lifts it up like with that. But you guys can react before he has a chance to actually.
Mind spike. Jesus Christ.
I know. Just narrating. So immediately after Jago, Jack reacts first. Oh, I know. Immediately after Striker. Sorry, it was his turn. So Brown, you react first.
Well, I'm not going to let my friend have his jaw removed over a few crossed blades.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab my good old-fashioned magical spellcasting focus. I'm going to clap it in my hands as I speak some magical words, and out of it shoots, I think it's 4 magical missiles.
Okay, cool.
Yeah?
Whoa.
Yeah, good idea.
And I'm just pep, 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 pep on him.
Is that level
Sure.
1?
Yeah.
3.
3.
Yeah.
I do not know magical missile that well.
Where's plus 3?
+3, yeah.
And they're all
Plus 1 for everyone.
Yeah, and then there's +1 for each one that hits. So that is 4 damage, plus 2 damage, so 6 damage, plus another 3 damage. So that's 9 damage
9 damage.
into his body.
Nice.
Imagine they kind of like burst upwards and then curl around.
Yeah.
Get him. I always imagine them as being like guiding bolts of white energy. I always imagine like kind of white with a blue outline.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's how that's sort of how I envision it as well. Yeah, they slam into his body, just he like sort of push him back a little bit, but he's able to keep his ground. His eyes glare.
You out.
Yeah, but no, he's still up. Zustra.
So I'm going to do some hand movements around my crystal ball, and he's going to feel a massive impact into his brain.
All right. Wisdom save. Wisdom or intelligence? Wisdom.
It really should be intelligence, that one, I feel like.
I would have thought so. What's your save DC?
13.
13. Roll for damage.
15.
Oh,
15.
No, so that's 17 total.
Cool. So there's no visual flourish to this. It's just like
It's just somatic, so
It's just, yeah, so I mean more like there's not a literal spike that goes through his head, you just want it to be like a, yeah, cool. You wave your hands as, arcane energy sort of like flicks around within your crystal ball. And Striker lets out a howl of pain, his hands grasping his head. Before he crumples down to the ground, like his knee giving out on him. Like body twitching on the ground for a few moments before he falls.
well,
Oh, he's unconscious.
Yeah, now he's unconscious.
It's unconscious. Okay.
yeah.
Alright.
Maybe we should heal
I only
up
had
our
to crit him
friend.
like 2 more times, so it'd be fine.
Maybe let's just heal up our friend Jago and get out of town, or further into town, into the mines. Stay back, goblins!
That's right. The goblins see their leader go down. They look terrified up at you all. Just, Ayato, it's your turn next.
Okay, on my turn, I go to like the outside of the circle,
Yeah.
and I let out this like hugely like deep bellow of a like roar.
Yeah.
In an intimidation.
Yeah, sure. Charisma intimidation check.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Ooh, 21.
Oof. Goblins are terrified of you. Yeah, they see this beast bellowing. Yeah.
The long
Go. So like there's where we are. Is there like nearby like where the tents are?
Yeah.
I direct them. Go, all of you, sit over there. We want to talk to you.
The goblins, they know they're too weak to
No
fight.
tricks.
They know they're too weak to fight you. You just defeated their leader. So they are going to all obey you. Just swarm over there and just sit down immediately. Just like you're a teacher who's just giving kids a timeout. They're just
Yeah, like a big like angry dad.
yeah. They're just gonna sit down and
You're in trouble.
yeah. Yeah, clearly terrified of you. Then after Ayada, it is
Well,
Jago.
on my can I do a bonus
that's
action?
Oh, bonus action, yeah.
I would like to.
Healing word, yeah.
You're okay, buddy.
Oh, jeez, that guy doesn't actually hit like a girl, he hits like a really big man.
So like drool coming out of your unhinged jaw that you sort of clicks back into place. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong thing. Roll a d4.
It's a D4, right?
I can roll a d4 for me.
I'm gonna say you actually
Actually
did.
put them away.
I'm gonna say you actually did lose a tooth from that,
Fair enough.
from that punch. Like you've got small little tusks that are coming out.
Little baby ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that one, like the tip of one of those white tusks is actually chipped off now.
Alright.
So like instead of having 2 complete tusks, like just the tip is like now chipped off.
That's right, I got a spell for that. Tending.
Right, how long have you been going
Dentistry?
for?
1 hour and 18 minutes.
1 hour and 18 minutes. Alright, cool. I think we've got time to finish up this little bit.
Yeah.
All right. I will get up, and I'm gonna drag the hobgoblin dude away from the fight, and if he's dead or not, attempt to stabilize him.
Okay, cool. Sure. Do a medicine check.
All right. 12.
12. Yeah, you managed to stabilize him. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you just sort of like address the wounds just really quickly, using clothes or his own armor, just sort of holding it together.
We gotta do something about that arm, but I don't think he deserves to die.
Fought well.
He kicked my ass.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for helping me, though. It was probably a bit silly to try and...
You shouldn't sacrifice your defense
Fight
when you
him.
fight. You know. Armor. It's a man's friend.
Well,
Using a shield.
last time I tried to buy armor, the man was very inappropriate.
You were very brave.
Thank you. I think I was foolish, but thank you.
But it seems we have taken over this mining encampment. Good job, team.
What's the business development plan?
I sort of like wave my arm towards the crowd of sitting children goblins who have the sick and wounded.
Are they sitting in like rows as well?
They're working under a hobgoblin. These are very organized and very lawful goblins. So yeah, they're sitting nice, perfectly ordered rows and stuff. You hear one of them pipe up, just, "Please don't hurt us.
We will not be hurting you. We just need some information."
We'll tell you when."
If while we're talking, can I just test if this guy's arm, like if I poke it with a dagger, if he reacts to the pain, or like it seems like it's hurting him?
You tap it and just hear the toom toom of heavy metal. You try and push it in, but you can't really push it into metal. But he doesn't seem to react from in his unconscious state from that.
Could we get through this metal before?
Did we try?
Might be easier to chop it off at the fleshy bit.
Well, I was thinking if we chop it off here, it won't hurt him. Because I want to talk to him. I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, but do we want this arm? Do we want to use it maybe?
Brown, you have a lot of experience amputating.
That is true.
You are the most experienced amputator in this party.
You're just gonna amputate this
Brown,
goblin,
the
one's arm?
We could.
Well, I was thinking about nailing it to the floor, maybe, if we could find a python or something.
That's kind of best. We have rope. Could tie
He
him.
might be,
No, I
tie
agree.
them separately. Or
Let's remove him off his arm.
that's a bit.
Let's not do it quite yet, but we should probably secure
Like,
him
is
in
it-
some way before.
Can I kind of just fold up his sleeve to try to see how does it meet?
It merges with the flesh. So there's no rivets or anything holding it in. You actually can't tell where flesh becomes metal and metal becomes flesh as it merges into itself. The arm as well, it looks lifelike in the sense that it doesn't have any connecting points. It's one smooth piece of metal that was moving around, how the machine was the spaceship was just made out of one smooth piece of interconnected metal. So is this arm. So it's almost organic in its metal.
As if his nerves connect from his arm.
Directly into.
He'll probably feel it then.
I'll say this now.
It's not bionic. It's
I'm not a doctor.
Dr. Brown! I definitely heard you say that.
I could just, hack and try and get rid of it, but I'd rather not relieve a man of his arm without any reason other than, he punches good with it. That seems to be the purpose of the arm. I would hate to really, ruin his life like that. Maybe we just,
For a second time.
we just tie him to a tree, kind of give him a splash of water on the face. He'll wake up, we can talk to him. And then maybe let him go, and you can sit down and chat with us like people.
He is kind of crippled, so I guess we could just run
Yes.
away.
Oh, you did his kneecaps in very well. I don't think he's going to be running anytime soon.
You've seen my tooth, though. I mean, that was,
Ooh. That was my favourite one.
I think some of it's actually in the top of my mouth. Kind of hurt.
Like that.
Ouch.
Have a headache.
I really did not like that imagery.
Ooh. Good. I like the detail. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah. I think we should probably deal with the goblins first. He's going to wake up for a while.
If you'd like to tie him to a tree
I'll tie
or
him up and then
whatever,
I'm
we
going to
can start talking.
I'm going to have a big sit down and you guys can manage these goblins.
Yeah. I'll help tie him to a tree.
alright,
So
cool.
we'll go to.
Sure, yeah, we'll talk to the goblins. Should we be persuasive or intimidating?
I mean, I've been intimidating, but you can be persuasive if you like.
Good
Right.
luck.
Good cop, bad name.
Brown, just quickly make an intelligence. What is it?
Intelligence sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, yeah.
So, good mummy, bad dino.
That's one.
Of course.
Yeah, that was it was a little bit jacked.
I like that.
So 4.
4? All
It's a
right.
good title name.
Yeah, remember that number.
Alright. I go into my inventory, and then I grab something from the ground, and I grab a carrot, and I give you a stick.
Okay, I take the stick.
So, you're the stick, I'm the carrot.
Okay.
If they're good, they get the carrot. If they're bad, they
I
get
like
the stick.
Slap on the butt.
I also have no idea what's going on. What is this foreign concept?
It's like you're back in school. You don't really figure out that we're gonna like interrogate them as when to ask them questions.
Alright. Do you want to lead?
Sure, we can both, yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
We go to the goblins.
Now. Alright. We would like to know some information of you guys. First of all, and I sort of like look to you, this piece of paper. And I get you to hold it up. What do you guys know of the cult of the true eye? Don't be shy now.
They all physically look at each other. You can do an imitation check. Intimidation.
Imitation.
Intimidation
I attempt to look
check.
just like all of them.
I'm one of you.
A 9.
A 9. You look down at them, and like quite threateningly, and they still look scared of you. And they just all start to shake their heads. We don't know. We don't know anything. Nothing.
No. Don't be scared, my goblin friends. We're here to help you. You see, we want to give you these. And I point out this carrot. You're hungry. You want rest. We can give you these. But we need something first. We need you to give us what you know. Get that stuff inside your heads into our hands.
The one sort of at the beginning sort of takes on somewhat of a leader role. Look, we don't know anything about that paper. We just obey Striker Khan's orders. We're not fit for combat. We were going back to Camp Magul. We do not know what Van planned. He took us on this detour down the coast, and when the sky cracked open, he followed where the star went, even though he wasn't meant to. Norbear's very angry.
Alright, that's good. It's good. Now we need more. Come on, tell us. What are you digging for? What is so special about here?
What is he getting you to look for?
Whatever came from the sky, we think. I don't know what he knows of it, but
Have you found anything at all?
I don't. It's then that you notice there's actually one less than a dozen of these goblins here. There is 11 goblins, not 12. And he says, the goblin says, one of our own, me, she is old, fierce warrior, but got injured, and she has gone missing. We don't know where she went. It was up by where we were digging. We don't know what's there or where she's gone, but it's.
Well, I suppose we could help find them, but in return I need you to show us, or at least draw up a map where this camp is, the Camp Mogul, whatever you said it was.
Willing to do anything you say at this point.
And
So
yeah, give us as much information about this leader that Striker was following.
Yep. They agree to those terms, and they don't even honestly really want their friend rescued. They just think, we just don't hurt us. Nee was old. She was gonna die anyway. If she's dead, then she's dead. I only said because you wanted to know what we knew. That's what we know. She's gone up there somewhere. Please don't.
So wait, are they soldiers? Are they slaves? Are they just working?
They're soldiers, but goblins are a cowardly race.
Yeah.
They like in the face of authority, they crumble.
Okay.
So and they are just willing to sort of do whatever you want to go along with whatever you're saying now.
Okay, so they're here on purely goblin military duty. Nothing to do with cults or anything like that.
They know nothing about the cult of the True Eye that you talking about. So and yeah, they just seem to have been obeyed Norbear, which falls into alignment with what you read in the letters where.
Oh yeah, Norbert, the general.
Yeah, sorry, but Striker. Yeah, they were only here with Striker, and that falls into alignment with what the letters were saying. Where Striker was demanded to return, but he took a detour, and everything sort of matches up.
Have you seen any dog-like or dingo-like creatures? Do you know anything about those with these red leather collars?
Like, what? Pointing at Tiroli.
Other than that one. Don't be a smart aleck.
No, sir, no.
Okay. Okay, look. First one, if any one of you know, if you know what this letter means, and I show it the parchment, the black seal, you've seen it before, you know how he got it, you get to go right now, no questions asked. We'll let you go free. Come on. One of you has to know. Do any of you know?
One of them thinks about it for, so they all think about it. One of them pipes up and is like, "You found it on the coast. It was like some stranger. It's figure, black cloak, gave it to him when we were on the coast on the road. That's all I saw."
Inside check.
Yeah, sure.
Does this guy actually seem like he's telling the truth, or is he just making a story to get out?
I'm helping this.
Is that
With
in
advantage.
between middle?
That's 4.
Okay, 4.
Advantage because Ayada's helping.
Cool.
Well, better than 4.
So that's
Looking at
a
him while
7
guide.
plus 1, 8. You probably should have checked.
I probably really should have.
Yeah.
That's okay though. I do have proficiency in it.
What was the total?
8.
8. You can't tell what the goblin seems to be telling. Sorry, it seems to be telling the truth.
Which coast?
Ayada's pissed. East Coast. East Coast. We came from that way. Black cloak.
How far away are we from the East Coast? We're pretty far.
We are, right? We're close to the west coast, right?
No. You guys
We
are
are
close to.
close to
Yeah,
east,
you guys been traveling east. So you've been traveling.
Yeah, traveling east,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
if I remember my soft guard geography,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it like kind of slopes downwards to the east, kind of like around like a
Yes.
bit of banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Banana.
I think we got all we can from these goblins. I don't seem to know much.
Bless.
Thank you.
Very well. Well, okay. It's exhausting being this angry all the time.
You're doing good, Jake. You're doing good. Come on. Huff in your chest.
Let's say we do a big cook up and we feed you all, hey?
Wait, what? No, I shake my hand. No. We don't have food.
Well, I got some
11
berries.
goblins?
No, we're not gonna eat them. We're gonna go find some more berries, right?
They're gonna eat us. They're gonna eat us.
We logistically do not have food for these people.
We can try.
All right, we'll feed ourselves then.
The goblins must be eating something themselves. Keep in mind.
Get ready.
They would have.
We should take
They
that.
would have rations and stuff because they're a military troop, so they're not going to have large stores or anything, but they are going to have at least some stuff
All right,
themselves.
we'll collect up what you've got. We'll make a big meal. Might as well eat well.
The goblins sort of give you a weak smile, suddenly very kind of confused.
God damn it, I'm hungry. Hurry up.
They just jump and like scatter and begin to gather all their bits and pieces. Are you doing anything? So you've tied that knot.
It's a good knot. Just will hold. I kind of like tap it.
Yeah. Jago? Are you,
I'm just
Zustra?
No, I'm just kind of sitting down next to the old mate that we've tied up. Just
Yeah.
waiting for him to wake up. Just in case we don't forget.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of chilling, you
good
know,
knot.
being old.
Just being old in the corner. Tiroli sort of sits next to you, like looking up at you, just
I sort of just pat her. I'm just like, that was a lot.
nods her head. She sort of lifts her voice, like. And sort of like it's you can do an inside check to sort of see what she's trying to do.
Does Tiroli know anything about the cult?
17.
17. You can see she's kind of trying to do this motion, like she thought Jago was going to die, so or one of you was going to die. So,
Yes, that's why I stepped in.
yeah, she nods her head and just like gives you a bit of a lick on your hand. Just,
You're being licked by a human.
yeah.
There's
It's in dog form. Just
Yeah, but does he lick people? Do you lick people?
No! I bark at people.
All right. Well, we'll probably end it there then for this session. Then thank you for watching episode 19 of TPK, where you managed to defeat Striker Than. I suppose next episode you're going to be having a look at the mound itself, so look forward to that.
And making a big stew.
And making
stew is probably gonna be
there's
the
a lot of
highlight of the
cooking
episode.
in this show. That's good. Yeah.
We should do a cooking episode where we actually have to have cooking. We have like a stove on top of the TV, which is a real save.
Yeah, let's the TV.
So as always, if you like what we're doing here and you're enjoying the story, remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, all that jazz. If you want to go that extra step, and we would really appreciate it, to support us, follow us on, or support us on Patreon.
Yeah. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, and tell your great-great-grandfather.
Unless
tell all
your
their
friends are our friends.
Not
'cause I
your
don't
grandma.
have friends, no way.
Secrets. Wink.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
See ya.